Meanwhile, closer home, India has secured a big win against China. This is in Bangladesh. India and Japan have joined hands. They're building a deep-sea port in southern Bangladesh. And this port is of great strategic value. It could serve as a linchpin for India and Japan in their bid to counter China. We're talking about the port of Matarbari. It's in the Bay of Bengal, in the Cox's Bazar district. India and Japan are jointly developing it. The port will have a container terminal and a coal-fired power plant. The project is expected to be completed in 2027. It's a win-win for all sides, really. It will help not only Bangladesh, but also India and Japan. For Bangladesh, this project has a huge upside. This port will take a major load off the Chittagong port. It will be their first deep-sea port, one that can host large vessels. For India, it will be useful for the northeastern states. The port will open up new supply chains. It has the potential to turn the region into a large industrial hub. And what's in it for Japan? A gateway to South and Southeast Asia. Recently, Japan pushed a new proposal, a plan to develop an industrial hub in Bangladesh. It would connect India's landlocked northeast with the rest of the world. The plan was presented by the Japanese Prime Minister. Remember, he was in New Delhi last month. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida delivered a speech. He spelled out Japan's new vision for the Indo-Pacific.
The next horizon is South Asia, including India. The Northeast India, which is surrounded by land, still has unexploited economic potential. Viewing Bangladesh and other areas to the south as a single economic zone, we will provide the Bay of Bengal Northeast India industrial value chain concept in cooperation with India and Bangladesh to foster the growth of the entire region.
That's the vision. And Kishida did not waste any time. Soon after leaving India, he began working on his plans. Japan has approved fresh funding. This is for infrastructure projects in Bangladesh. And it will cover the commercial port in Matarbari, also create trade links to nearby Indian states like Tripura. Tripura is a northeast Indian state. It's about 100 kilometers away from the Matarbari seaport. And how much will Tokyo spend on these projects? Reports say a total of $1.27 billion. So that's the story of the Matarbari port, and this is just one half of the story. The other half features China, how China has lost this round. Beijing had its own plans for a deep-sea port in Bangladesh. It wasn't in Matarbari. China wanted to develop a port in an area called Sonadia. It's close to Matarbari, so it would have had the same strategic value. As of 2014, China was on track to win that contract. The project's value was around $8 billion, and China was ready not only to build it, but also to finance the project. This is a textbook case of how China lays its debt trap. Why did they want this port? Two reasons. One is encircling India, and the second is boosting connectivity. Let me tell you about the first reason first, encircling India. And to understand this, all you have to do is look at this map. Pakistan's Gwadar, Sri Lanka's Hambantota, and the port in Sonadia in Bangladesh, where China wanted the project. Had Dhaka agreed to this, China's string of pearls would have been complete. India would have been surrounded by 3 Chinese ports. So that's the first motivation. Reason number 2 was this, connectivity to China's Yunnan. You see, just like India's northeast, China's Yunnan province is landlocked. A port in Sonadia in Bangladesh would have opened sea access to Yunnan. Again, this would have strengthened China's position. It would have helped Beijing pull more trade. But the Sonadia project is not happening. Bangladesh is believed to have dropped the idea. Instead, it chose to work with India and Japan. And this is a victory for New Delhi as it tries to safeguard its interests in the region.